everyone, and welcome into my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome to Blooming Woman. And for all my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you so much for always tuning in and just showing up for these spiritual guidance videos. So today's video is going to be an angel number video, and I'm going to be covering the topic of angel number 21. What it means when you see this number repeating itself inside of your life, or you feel like this number is showing up in your life as some form of guidance or some form of message. What does that number actually mean, okay? What does 21 signify? So I'm going to be going deep into the meaning of this number. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to add it up. I'm going to do all the things that I need to do in order to help to make sure that you guys understand exactly why you're seeing this number, okay? So let's go ahead and see what we can learn about number 21. All right, so I don't know if you guys can hear the rain outside. It's so calming, so pleasant. I love water element so much. And yeah, so hopefully you guys can hear me and there's not too much noise in the back. But today, let's go ahead and talk about the angel number 21 and what this number means, okay? So you can see this number anywhere that shows numbers. You can see it on a receipt, you can see it on license plate, you can see it when you look at the time, you can see it on a number of likes, you can see it on a number of views, you can see it anywhere that shows numbers inside of this physical plane. And when you see this number and you see it's repeating itself over and over again, it's because there's something that this number is actually trying to tell you, okay? This is when this is actually going to be a synchronicity, because it's in alignment with other things that are going on inside of your life. If you're seeking questions or if you're seeking answers inside of your life and you're seeing something pop up, whether it's the same animal or the same number over and over again, that's basically going to be some type of totem or some kind of significant explanation to help you deeper understand the answer to the question that you've been asking, okay, is basically some form of guidance. So when we look at the number 21, the first thing we're going to be looking at is the number 2, okay? And the number 2 signifies partnerships. It signifies a relationship, okay? A relationship with equal give and take. It signifies receptivity, okay, being able to be receptive. It also has to deal with partnership. So not just an intimate relationship, but some type of partnership with you and something else, you and one other thing, you and one other object, or you and one other person. It also has to deal with patience and trust. So number 2 is definitely about patience and trust all the way. And I've already made numbers strictly just on number 2. But when it comes to 2 and it being in combination with 1 in angel number 21, the main factor about this has to deal with partnership or some kind of relationship or some type of diplomatic exchange, okay? Something where you're giving something and something's giving it back to you, okay? Some kind of bond with something else. So that is what it means inside of this number sequence now, or this number combination. So now you look at the number 1, and that has to do with individuality. So if you really think about it, these two are really kind of different, because 2 is the next part of 1. So you go from being individual, which is 1, and being focused on self, being focused on taking leadership, being focused on just self, just 1, okay, new beginnings and things like that, to being focused on adding another partner or adding something in. You add another number, so now there's 2 forms, so now there's a partner there. Now there's 2 different objects. So these number being not in chronological order. So it's not 1 and 2, it's 2 and 1, making 21. So you're going from a partnership and going into actually being focused on self. So this number, I have seen this number a lot in times when you need to focus on yourself. This number has showed up into my life multiple times when it was telling me that I was being too giving of my energy. So you could be giving your energy a little bit too much to another person or another thing or another object. It could be a career, it could be anything. But you could be focusing too much on somebody else and not focusing enough on yourself and your capabilities. So this can be a number that comes into somebody's life to really tell them that they may be in some type of codependent relationship or codependent partnership, and they need to basically break away from that and focus on their capabilities on an individual level, okay? Being able to get things done by yourself, being self-sufficient, being able to drive yourself based off of your own inspiration and your own ideas, relying on yourself for guidance, okay? Relying on your own intuition, relying on your own drive and your own passion as well. So this is definitely a number that signifies growth, okay? This number comes into your life to really say that you need to break away from something because you may be relying on that thing too much, or that thing may be relying on you too much. That thing, person, or object could be relying on you too much, and you guys need to have an alone time, or one of you need to make that break. Now, if you're seeing that number a lot and you're watching this, then that means that you can take that initiative to basically make a really healthy detachment, okay? Something really respectful, just a healthy detachment away from what it is that you are overly attached to. It could even be a pleasure, it could be an addiction, it could be a food, it could be anything. But it's talking about breaking away from that and really focusing on self. And that also comes to focusing on your own like health, your own self, you as a person, okay? Focusing on your own health, your own activity, your own physical self, your physical body, because this is bringing something into physical. When you talk about the angel number 1, when you talk about 1, it's about physical, okay? It's about something that came from 0 into 1. So another thing when it comes to interpreting angel numbers, if you watched any of my previous angel numbers, which I have a whole playlist about angel numbers, I've gone through so many numbers, now I'm in the 20s, but you'll see that some of the ways that people read angel numbers is they will either read it from left to right like it's a story, or they'll add it up and they'll see the outcome because of what it adds up to, or they'll do both. And I do a combination of both, and that has worked very sufficiently for me, and I've seen a lot of other people do it as well, and it worked well for them. But through my own experience, if you watch my videos, that's pretty much how I do it. So when we add 2 and 1 together, we're gonna get the number 3. So this has to deal with creation. This has to deal with self-expression. This has to do with cooperation. This has to do with communication. So you're moving from something that you are depending too much on and focusing on yourself. This number tells you to focus on yourself and your own creative abilities. Focus on yourself and you being able to create on your own. You being able to manifest on your own. You being able to create your desires, the things that you want in life, by relying on yourself and being self-sufficient. It's also about leadership when you think about angel number 1 and number 1 overall in numerology and angel numbers and physical and everything. This number has that significance and that characteristics with it when it comes to occult knowledge, which has all been proven through experience and through people really feeling the same things. So 1 definitely can say leadership. So you have to take an initiative. You have to be the one to lead the way, lead by example in order to create, in order to collaborate, in order to bring something together and give birth to new, okay? In order to add a third party in order to try something different, in order to express yourself, you're going to have to take the leadership, you're going to have to take the initiative, and you might even have to take some alone time of just focusing on yourself, and you will be able to get the 3 outcome, which is going to be ideas, communication. You can see that once you detach yourself from whatever this thing is that you were too attached to, that may have been toxic or unhealthy for you, or maybe that just wasn't it wasn't an equal give and take anymore. So when you see that you actually go ahead and detach yourself from that and you focus more on one and self, you will get some 3s. You will get the outcome of 3 with angel number 21, which means that you will get new ideas, you will get new messages, new information, new downloads that will come to you from focusing on self. This number also comes into people's life to really say that you need to focus on receiving the answers from self, okay? Now, this isn't all the time. Like, it's not always going to be necessary. I'm not saying that, oh, if you see this number, you cannot listen to anyone's advice. No, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. All I'm saying is that one is a little bit isolated. It's a little bit self-reliant. So it's actually telling you not to focus too much on what other people are thinking so much, and focus on what you want and what you think. If you have a question, yes, you can collaborate with others, because 3 is collaboration, but make sure that you go with yourself first and check in with what meets your needs, okay? This is about your own personal strength. This is about your confidence. So what meets your needs? What is going to fuel your confidence and give you that drive and give you that initiative, that spark? And once you put more into yourself and you pay yourself first, and when I say pay yourself first, I mean you nurture yourself first. You take care of yourself first, because you're moving from an energy of taking care of somebody else that wasn't taking care of you that much. So when you focus more on caring for yourself first and focusing on yourself first, then you will see that you will have more support, because 3 means more people are coming in to collaborate, and this will happen magically. You will gain more supporters, you'll gain more help, you will gain more protection, you'll gain more people that want to collaborate with you, you'll gain more creative ideas, you'll gain more things that will be more beneficial for you, okay? Lots of people are going to want to communicate with you as well, and you yourself are going to be receiving communication from the angelic realm or the astral realm, or really your own soul, okay? So that's going to be it for the angel number 21. I really hope that this could resonate with you guys. I hope that you could understand it. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you guys are liking this video right now, so that you can see more of my spiritual guidance videos. Now, also want to let you guys know, with this angel number 21, you have to also rely on your own intuition, like I said. This is a general meaning for what this number means. But in order to understand what area of life it's pointing to, or who it's trying to tell you not to, that you're giving too much of your energy to and you need to break away from, use your intuition. You may already know what it is, you may not. And if you need more guidance after already knowing what this number actually means, you would have to actually dive into your intuition and practice using your intuition by paying attention to the things that are occurring the moment that you see this number. What is happening in your life when you see this number? Are you seeing this number every time that you think about a certain person, thing, place, or object? Are you seeing this number every time that you're doing a certain activity that is possibly not good for you, and you have a toxic relationship or addiction, or just not beneficial connection or attachment with? Are you seeing this number every time you feel a certain emotion? What is the things that are happening the moments that you see this number? And the moment right before you saw this number, what was the thought that you were having? because when you see this number, it basically is a verification of what you already were seeking from within yourself. So I really hope that that could help you interpretate what this number means for you on a more personal level. So I really, 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 really appreciate you guys tuning into the video, and make sure that you like it if you're liking it as well. All of my information will be inside of the description box below if you guys want to visit my website for any of my healing services, intuitive guidance, readings, and my gemstones that I made by my hand, my pendants, all of those things. Go ahead and check out the link inside the description box, as well as all my other social media accounts will be inside the description box below. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all inside of the next video.